See, you that is asking me to talk about crime here in this country, maybe you don't even remember the last time you gave that your pensioner mom or pensioner dad money at the end of the month to live on. Maybe because you are not working or the salary that you receive is too small and it doesn't allow you to do that responsibility. As xenophobic as you see South Africa, it offers grant as monthly allowance for children from age 0 to 18 years whose parents are not working. Why? Because they know that after completing that one, they now have to submit their CVs to spiritual altars for help. And sometimes they pray and fast so long and then hoping to get employment at companies that do not even exist. Welcome to my channel. My name is Bra Jones and it's your only bra from Ghana, living inside South Africa, aka Tabu, aka Temba, aka Karabu, aka Sifiso, aka Sibosiso, aka Mpo, aka Sipo, aka I discovered a new one just this week and it's called Koglelelu. I don't know if I pronounce it right. Koglelelu. Whatever South African name you call me, I will accept. Call me your South African brother. Guys, if this is the first time you're coming across this channel, please consider subscribing. Consider hitting the subscribe button. Help this channel grow. Please, if you are a return viewer or you are already a subscriber, may God richly bless you. May God bless us and make us all rich. You know, this is a travel channel with me, your bra from Ghana. And I am living inside South Africa. And I am showing the positivity, the culture, the good vibes. You know, this channel is always about positivity. We don't have time for negativity. No. And once it remains a travel channel, we are someday going to go outside South Africa and show Africa to the world. And then definitely we are going to go into the world and then show the world to the world. And so kindly subscribe to this channel. Help this channel grow, please. Subscribe. So South Africa is one of the not many African countries who are doing so well systematically, economically, politically, and with good infrastructure for its citizens. And sometimes it goes beyond only its citizens, and it's being beneficiary to natives of other African countries living inside South Africa, and then sometimes to other foreigners from other parts of the world. And just like any other African country, South Africa has got their own problem. But in spite of all the problems that SA has got, its citizens barely travel and migrate elsewhere in search of greener pastures at all costs, unlike how natives of other African countries do. Oh yeah, some of us, the problems in our country seems too bad that we had to run away for greener pastures and seek life elsewhere. But that is not the case with South Africans. In the midst of the country's problems and shortcomings, the system still looks okay for the citizens to live a good life. Sometimes people come in my DM with comments like, Bra Jones, South Africa is xenophobic and the country is not safe. It's a crime-prone country. And you have to talk about that. It's about time you call a spade a spade. Well, I've already explained and I've had my take as to how the xenophobic and crime comes about in this country. And so I am not going to repeat myself in this video. See, there are negativities that goes on in this country. Yes, it is true, just like any other country. But I'm sorry, I am not going to talk about that. Because the good things that are found in this country that I think can be beneficiary to other African natives are so much that they are like a mountain before me that is not allowing me to see the bad ones. In the midst of the crime, South Africans are enjoying free healthcare and quality one, of course. As crime prone as you think South Africa is, or you see South Africa as, they are enjoying free and quality education. As xenophobic as you see South Africa, it offers grant as monthly allowance for children from age 0 to 18 years whose parents are not working. Maybe someone will say, why don't the government use the grant money to create jobs for the citizens to do instead of giving them the money every month? it will make them lazy and it will make them not wanting to work and all that. Well, that is your opinion and it is welcome. Yes, it's a good suggestion. Oh yeah, but I want to ask you, that your government is not giving grant to your children at the end of the month, has the government used that money to create jobs for you? Let's stop the hypocrisy. Or you think your government doesn't have the resources to do that for you? That's what you think? Who told you? I tell you, trust me, that they can even do better than what South Africa is doing for its citizens. South Africans will say they are chowing the money. They are chowing. Chow. See, you that is asking me to talk about crime here in this country, maybe you don't even remember the last time you gave that your pensioner mom or pensioner dad money at the end of the month to live on. Maybe because you are not working or the salary that you receive is too small and it doesn't allow you to do that responsibility. But a South African who is not even working wouldn't have to think about that much because there is a grant system that is designed for pensioners and old age that is given to them by the government every month till they die. A good thing like this, I should ignore and then talk about crime that goes on here, right? When COVID-19 came, most South Africans lost their job, just like anywhere else in the world. But the government of South Africa designed a grant system to be received by those who have lost their job at the end of every month. And as I speak to you now, 3 years to date, those who have not yet recovered their job are still benefiting from this grant system. Are Europe and America not doing the same for the citizens? Is it making their citizens lazy? Stop the hypocrisy and jealousy. Tell me, why should I talk about xenophobia here in this country, whilst in my own country, Ghana, a government teacher will go through all the stress in college, through studies, pay all the huge amount of fees, acquire that certificate, that degree, that diploma, that master's, and with all the knowledge that he has, used to serve the motherland, and then only to get paid 2,000 Ghana cedis, 3,000 Ghana cedis at the end of the month. A government teacher, a government nurse will go through all the stress in college, pay the huge amount of fees, stress in studies, acquire that certificate, diploma, master's, degree, and with all the knowledge, come and then serve the motherland, and then at the end of the month, is given 2,000 Ghana cedis, 2,500, sometimes 1,500 Ghana cedis a month as monthly salary. A government nurse, and that is even when you are lucky, because nowadays they will complete school with full potentials and zeal to work afresh with all the knowledge, and then they will have to sit home for 2 years and sometimes even more before they can be appointed, because there is no job in the government sector, because they're supposed to be employees are now more than the jobs available. Why? Because our leaders are refusing to make other employment sectors attractive for citizens to offer its course at colleges. Why? Because they know that after completing that one, they now have to submit their CVs to spiritual altars for help. And sometimes they pray and fast so long and then hoping to get employment at companies that do not even exist. And so every citizen wants to be at the government sector, even though they know that after completing, they will still have to sit home 2 to 3 years before they get appointments and now receive that kind of salary. Oh. You want me to talk about crime and xenophobia here in South Africa? Meanwhile, a government teacher here in South Africa receives around 20,000 as monthly salary. And sometimes on their birthday, they receive double salary. And I think Christmas also, they receive double salary as well. So you calculate within the year, a government nurse here in South Africa receives around 20,000 rents at the end of the month as salary. Talk of the armed forces and the police. See, the salary structure here is so good. And it's not only the government sector. The private sectors here, pay their employees so well. I know a friend who works at a bread factory here in South Africa, and it's a private sector. Let me mention the name of the company. It's Sambake here in South Africa, and he receives around 15,000 at the end of the month as salary. 15,000 rents. And he says even some of his colleagues receives more than what he receives at the end of the month. And so you can imagine a private sector, the sales workers at shops at the mall like Boxer, ShopRite, Super Spar, and etc. receive good salaries as well. I have friends that works at Boxer here in Mpumalanga, one of the malls here. And I go there sometimes to do transactions. And they are my friends because they are subscribers. And I remember one of the days I went there and it was like, ish, I'm stressed. It was like yawning and all that. And I said, ish, no problem. At least you have something to smile about at the end of the month. And he said, ish, it's nothing much. And I said, how much do you receive at the end of the month? And he said, I should guess. And I said, okay, 4,000. He said, no, it's more than that. I said, what? So you receive like even around 5,000 at the end of the month. And he said, yes, but it's even small. And I said, it's small. And I said, do you know that this salary that you are receiving, it's even more than what a government teacher receives in my country? He didn't believe me. He said, Bra Jones, my bra. So I took a phone and then I called a nurse from Ghana. And then I asked her, how much do nurses receive? How much do you receive as a nurse in Ghana? And he said 2,000 Ghana cedis. And I said, now convert 5,000 into Ghana cedis. And you get somewhere 3,000 Ghana cedis. And I said, you see? And so you have to be grateful. He was shocked. He didn't believe it. See, considering the cost of living in South Africa, it is low middle income and it's good. Government employees receive benefits on top of their salary at the end of the month. So it's at around 37 to 40% because government employees are subsidized in many areas like housing, medical insurance, business grants, and etc. When you finish your degree, you get about 30,000 rent grants plus offering you internship and then gets paid around 6,000 rents. Look at this. Oh. And so with all these good systems in place, how can a South African citizen go to bed hopeless and then wake up with a vision and mindset of leaving the country and migrate elsewhere for greener pastures at all costs? Even though with this, I know South Africans are expecting more to be done by the government. Of course, yes, they need to do it. Of course, yes, they can still improve and do better as a country. Oh yes, but I am only a concerned African brother trying to compare based on the African standard. And this shows that we still have a lot to do as a continent. So guys, I would like to end this video here. I don't want it to be too long and boring. It is not done. I am not done. I will continue this topic in the next video. There is still a lot to talk about. And so with this, I will draw the curtains here. And I will say thank you very much for joining me and for watching this video. In case you found this video interesting, please kindly subscribe. Help this channel grow. Kindly like this video. And don't forget to leave your comment in the comment section. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. And remember that God has created His earth and has given you power to create your own space out of it. Always remember that whatever that you lay your hands on shall be blessed. Remember that there is a creator that has created you to create on. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.